It's been a little while since I've done any videos in my Tesla, so why don't you drive along with me as I take my latest update and test it on 4 small local trips and see what you think. Well, here is our first drive in quite a while. So I have 11.4.2, and let's take a look at how it's doing. And I'll do 3 short drives. And first of all, here we come to a speed hump, and great news, it slowed down to 17 as it should. We're going to make a right turn here. Should not be a major issue. Today's a Saturday, so there's not really a lot of traffic anywhere. So now, see what happened? It waited way too long, and that car, which did not have the right of way, went. So I've noticed a lot of this issue. We're going to make another right turn here. Now, I clearly have noted that it comes to an absolute complete stop. So here we are, we're stopped, completely stopped. And it crept a little bit and made a turn. It's a nice turn. So that was okay. Now, I don't know why, I don't know if you saw there, it stalled back and forth. We're going to make a left turn here. I assume the reason it did that stall a few times was because there was traffic. We're going to make a right here.
Right onto Ridge Cane Road.
And we slowed down and we're turning. That was a nice turn. So it was pretty smooth. And now we're going to make a dog leg to the left. This has historically been an issue, and it is not. It's actually making it without stopping and putting on a signal. So that's very good. And we're almost at our first destination. And here we go. So there's a lot of pedestrian activity here in this particular location. There's a stop sign, and it saw it, and we have stopped. And it's a 3-way stop, as you can see. And again, it's a complete stop, and that's fine, except I've noticed it's been confusing to other drivers because it does it right in the legal way. All right, we have hit our first destination. All right, we're going to our second destination. So this one will be going through a residential area again, and then coming to a major road where the speed limit is 50, and we're actually heading to the airport. Here's a 3-way stop. So again, I encourage you to watch the stop to see what happens as we get our speed down to 0. And there it is. When it gets to 0, the car then goes. So we're going to make a right turn up ahead. It's I'm the only one that has a stop, so it's an unprotected right turn. I have a car behind me. I say that because cars get very frustrated with the delay at the stop signs, but let's see what happens here. All right, there's no cars at all coming on the right. We are stopped, and it waited until I got to 0 on there. Now we're going to come to a 4-way stop and make a left turn. This one is a little bit difficult because there's not great visibility on the left. So there is a car there, and it saw the car and it pulled out. Very, very nice. That's probably the best this has ever done there. Now we're going to come up to a 4-lane where we're going to make a right turn at a traffic light, and we'll see what happens here. It's really had problems here in the past because the road is extremely wide and it's kind of gone back and forth, but it seems to be doing much better here. So we have a red light, and let's see what happens here. Again, in the past, what I've had to do is I've had to myself let the car go if somebody's behind me, which there is right now. So I did that. I overrode the car in order to go. So the speed limit here is 50, and here we go. We're going to be making a left in a little over a mile. Again, historically, what has happened is the car has waited way too long to get in the left lane. But let's see what happens. I actually think that's the wrong road where it's going to turn, but that's a map issue, I believe, not an FSD issue. So here we come to a light. We slowed down for a second. Now we've sped back up. There's a car on my left back here that's coming up. Again, I will need to get into the left lane. Good news, there's not a whole lot of traffic. So I'm a half mile away from making a turn, and it did put on the signal, and we have crossed over. Now, it used to be between 0.2 and 0.3 miles before it did that, so it has done it a little bit quicker than it has in the past. Directional signal, another issue I have found is that for some reason it constantly is going on and off, and I don't know if you saw it there, but that's what's been happening. So this is a map error. This is not the road. It's called Airport Road, but it's not the correct road. But I'm going to go ahead and take it. I'm just curious where it's going to take me. Now that was a very, very nice turn. The right lane must turn right, and that's where I really want to go. Put me into the right lane, the correct lane. And we're coming up, the speed limit is 25. I don't know why we're stopping there. It thinks I'm at my destination. Here we go to our third destination. So I'm going to come up to a stoplight. I'm going to make a left, and shortly after that left, I'm going to make a right onto a state road. I should stay in the right lane to make this left turn because of how quick I have to make the right. Let's see what it does. This is also new. It has not done this in the past. In the past, it has gotten over into the left lane, making it very difficult to make the upcoming right. So here we are. It's a kind of a major road, and the light is about to turn, and we have a green light. I don't think that was the right way to make a turn, but anyway, well, I take it back. It was the correct way because I was in the right lane. So, excellent turn. I'm going to make a right up here where you could see all that traffic ahead. So, this is a 55-mile-an-hour road, and it's worrying me that it's going to go. And I will take everything back because there was a very slow truck coming and it went in front of that truck, which is what it should have done. Now I'm going to have to cross over 2 lanes, and there was a car coming, but that was perfect. That car is now behind me. I'm going to have to cross over 1 more lane to the left. The speed limit's going to drop to 45 from 55 shortly. Here's the second lane change. Very early, considering I still have 1.3 miles to go, and I like that. As long as I don't hold up traffic, I think it's good. Right this minute, there's nobody in this particular lane, and as you can see, people don't really care a whole lot about 45 miles an hour. So, the speed limit's changed, and I've slowed down, which is what I should do. So as you can see, I'm about 0.8 of a mile away from my left turn. That'll take me through a little neighborhood, and then we'll do our last drive. I clearly see improvements. I think it's much smoother. it's hard for me to argue the fact that it's coming to a complete stop, but it does seem to wait longer after it makes a stop, which confuses other drivers at multiple stop signs, right on reds, things like that. But again, it's really hard to argue with it being a little bit more cautious. Though we haven't seen any yet today, it's been really cautious in front of where there's pedestrians or bicycles involved. It's been very, very cautious. We're coming to the end of this drive. We're going to make a left turn. And if things work out well, this should be a rather quick left turn. There's a person it's hanging out a little bit. We're going to have to go around him, and we did. Really nice. Again, it's much improved as far as it's so much more smooth, or I guess the correct way to say it is it's much smoother. All right, I'm going to go through this little neighborhood before our drive actually gets going. But anyway, so here I am. I'm at a stop, and it's got me turning left. We held up quite a while there. I don't know why there were no cars coming, but anyway, it did hold up there. We're in a residential area. Even though it's 25, we're going around this curve at 25, so I can't complain, though it feels a little bit quick.
Now turn right onto Dressage.
And we're getting ready to start our last drive, so here we go. So I just literally am going around in a circle. It's so it did slow down to 23 around that curve. It did 22. So I will tell you, you could see it slowing down for the curves, which is great. So we are stopped there. I don't see anybody coming. It's creeping, and there we go. So again, it's the complete stop, a bit of hesitation. At this point, that's my only issue. I mean, I'm gonna take this for a drive in a more of a crowded driving situation, but we're gonna make a right here. On the left side is very difficult to see. There's a fence, there's shrubbery. We're pulling out, and there's no cars, and it went. So this is great. We're gonna make a right turn here. And then we have to move over 3 total lanes in order to make a left turn to get on a state road. And so right now there's a car coming on my left. And let's see if it creeps a little bit and what it does. There's cars coming. It crept out and did great. There's a car coming up really quick on me, but so what? I'm doing the speed limit. And he's going to pass me on the right.
In 1,000 feet, take the Kentucky 4 South exit on the left.
So we're going to take this left turn coming up here. Originally, when I first got FSD, this was a very difficult turn for the car to make.
Now take the Kentucky 4 South exit on the left.
It never was quite right as far as when it went across. I usually had to take over. So let me see what happens here. Right this moment, there's a lot of traffic coming towards us at 55 miles an hour. So it's quick. You can see there's somebody in front of me. So let's see what happens here. Oh, he's making a U-turn. I did not expect that. Whoa! Oh, I thought we were going to go. I really thought it was going to go, but I was patient, and it seemed to work out. It stopped as it should have. I'm out a little bit into the actual lane, which of course I don't really like. So after 2 more cars, I'm going to be able to go here. I think nope, this guy's really coming on quick. And so is this. Now I should be okay. And here we go. It went as soon as that car passed, it did go. I only saw one time where I would have gone, but it was questionable, so I think we've done fine. Now, here comes a merge. We're going to merge onto this road. It has never done this well, to be quite honest with you. And there's a car on my left, and nice. Sped up, or got right in front of him, and put on the signal and merged in. Great progress. Tesla, just great progress. It always gets a little bit better every time I do this. So I'm going to go ahead and drive for a bit, just a bit over a mile, and then exit this road, and we'll be going on a little bit of a business area. I don't know why it just tried to get in the left lane. I have no idea. The car tried to get in the left lane when I have a right turn coming up. So I don't know why it made that projected or that lane change. It was the wrong thing to do. Here we come to our exit. And at this exit, there'll be 2 lanes that we'll be able to use, because we're going to go right, and we want to be on the far right lane. So let's watch.
Now take exit 2 on the right.
So here we go. We're off now.
1,000 feet, turn right onto Harrodsburg Road.
And we are in the correct lane so far.
Now turn right onto Harrodsburg.
Now there's no right on red here. So we're going to stay in this right lane, and then we're going to make a right turn up here. All right, went right away. As soon as the arrow came up, car started moving. Now I want to get in this right lane.
In 500 feet, turn right onto
There it is.
Central Parkway.
Smooth. Again, so far we've had the one issue.
Now turn right onto
So I want to make a right
Central
turn
Parkway.
here. And I do not want to stay in the far right lane. And it didn't.
In 500 feet, turn right onto Beaumont Center.
So it actually stayed. This is the correct lane versus the right turn only lane. So that's really nice. The amount of improvements over when I've taken this drive in the past are very big. So now I'm going to make a right turn up here. Now this has a yield sign, and I don't think it's really going to yield. Anyway, we're going way too fast. It did not yield, so the car did not yield. So we didn't yield at all. We didn't slow down. We were going way too fast, so that's something that needs to be corrected. We're going to make a right turn coming up.
In 500 feet, turn right onto Majestic Drive.
Here we go.
Now turn right onto Majestic Drive.
Very nice turn. All these turns have been really smooth. I'm very pleased with these. So we're going to go straight and end this part of the trip.
500 feet, turn right.
So we stopped short there. I don't know why. So we're going to make a right turn here into this business parking lot.
Now turn right.
And it doesn't really know how to maneuver inside of this one, so I'll take over. I hope you enjoyed that. I think you could see significant improvements. I felt really good driving this time. Only a couple times I had to take over. One time I did have to take over when it was changing lanes on the state road. The other time I really didn't have to. So You saw 4 distinct small drives on 4 different kinds of roads, and it was just great. So keep it up, Tesla. We're getting there little by little. Thank you so much.